Oh, we have somebody in the room. Who is it? Say hello. Can you hear me? Tell me, please. Oh, nobody's in the room. Okay. Hi, Caroline. Thanks for joining me. Welcome. I know somebody were. I knew there was somebody lurking. Oh dear. So are you busy working? Are you working and lurking? I'm fine, thanks. My hand's quite a bit better today as well. Still a bit sore, but much better than it has been. So I'm happy about that. How are you doing? What are you doing? Are you doing anything? Working on anything tonight, Caroline? Or are you just going to chill? It's either working and like, hi, Karen. No, I've not took any painkillers. I've not needed them today. I'm fine. Oh, right, yeah. Your coffee time. I've got something similar to that one, I think. It's not Never Moment, though. It's just AliExpress, I think. Either AliExpress or New Frog. Although it's no longer New Frog, is it? We can't call it that anymore because it's CC's Crafts or something. I don't know. It's got a strange name. Sort of like initials. I don't know what we're wrong with old name. New Frog sounded all right to me. Only just found it as well. They changed the name. Perhaps they're hiding from me. Well, I hope you're feeling better, Karen. Don't worry. I mean, we don't, if you're not well, your health's got to come first, no matter what. Definitely. And I think we all pretty much feel the same about that. It's a tad early yet for many to be around, but I think we'll see some more shortly. Some more peeps. Oh, Karen, I know how you feel. I'm so sorry for you because that is bad. I'm tempted to think that my arthritis is causing this trouble with my hand, but I don't know. It came on a bit sudden for it to be just arthritis. I think I must have laid on it bad and trapped a nerve. But like I say, it's feeling a lot better today. Although it did take me quite a while to get comfortable in bed last night. I just didn't know where to put it. I can't just sit and do nothing. And even though I'm holding a pen, I'm not having to grip this one. It's just a nice balanced pen. So I can work without gripping this one. So it's not really done me, it's not really stopped me doing my diamond painting. And I don't think much could stop me doing this. Shot a bullet to the brain. But I'm having issues with my wax tonight. For some reason, it doesn't want to pick up. That's not a very good drill. Got bits stuck out all over it. Where I was even going with it then. These drills have been a bit messy. Again, it's a Huracán. I don't know. It's very gappy, this one. I don't know whether you can see, but I can. Even on camera, I can see all the lines. It's very gappy in places, and yet I've got some big and small drills with this one. Although at the moment they're not really popping, so I suppose I should be thankful for small mercies, really. because the other one I had was horrendous. But I have had this one a long while. In fact, I think I had this one longer than I had the long before I got the vase of lilies. It's I think it's just sparkling because of light, really. It is a nice sparkly one, but I think it's just I've got a desk lamp shining, not exactly on it, but very, very close to it. And then, of course, I've got my backlight on. Oh, it's lovely to have a what they call it that doesn't flash on and off, flicker. I no longer have a flicker on my light pad. Oh, the other thing was driving me nutty. I'm not trying to do anything with it yet, but I will. I intend to try and get it to behave itself if I can. But I think it'll be just a case of chucking some glue into the mix and seeing if it holds it once it's set. As long as I make sure my little blue light's on while it's connected. When I put the glue in and the light stays on, then it should set, the glue should set it and hold it. And I might use silicone glue because that's not, it's not an aggressive glue, is it, silicone? Hopefully, anyway. We'll soon know. I booked my holiday. Well, I booked the caravan park, let's put it that way. Well, it is, isn't it? It is, I booked my holiday because it's a caravan park that we're going to in Cardiff. I've forgotten now what day. Oh, 23rd of June, I think it is. We're going. 23rd of June. Around there. For 10 nights. And then back up here, back home, and then probably have a bit of a stopgap at home. And then I think we're going to spend some time at Skeggy or somewhere around there. For a few days here and there, I think. Hi, Betty. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm just chuntering about me. Well, I'm not chuntering. I'm reminiscing. I've just booked our holiday, our caravan site. And I'm really looking forward to it now. I'm just hoping that the weather is going to be nice back end of June because the caravan site's lovely. But you really do need it to be nice because there's a lot of trees, so you don't want it windy. Or otherwise it's blowing leaves in, and if it's raining, you're dragging mud in. But we're going to put the awning up, and I'd like to try the big awning. Harry's not bothered about the big awning, but I would like to try the big awning up. If it's only just to try it, because we've never put big one up. We tried, and somebody's been, not us, but when the people had it before us, somebody has been using pliers or something to try and manipulate the track that it runs in, and it just pops out in places. So I'm going to take my pliers down with us when we go, and I'm going to try and rectify that a little bit, just enough so that the the awning can stay on the track so that we can get it round. But yeah, somebody's been a bit brutal. Oh, I don't know what that is. What the devil's that? I have no idea. I can't see what letters go under that without scraping that off. Oh, I think it's a G. Oh, I don't know what that is. I didn't know what it is, you know. Miss Feet, that get it off. Everyone's pulling glue off, I think. I don't know what that is. I can't see what the symbols are underneath if I don't get it off. But be careful, I'm not pulling the glue off. Well, I think that's a D and a D, and I think they're that's a G. You don't know what that is. Well, that's a nuisance, isn't it? Well, I've had it covered up. Well, that one's a G as well. Yeah, I'll leave the trick out then. In fact, I might just get them on. I might just put those on so that I can see. So where's my G? 21. Let me just get those put on. There we are. There, that's a big one as well. There. Oh, I can see what that is. Oh, they look like big drills. That one's huge. It's not so bad. Yeah, that looked a bit big. Put them back in the right pot. There we go. Hi, Sharon. Lovely to see you. Welcome. Hi, my lovely amigo, Janie. Janie's in the house. I'm just boasting. We're coming to see you, aren't we, Jane? It is beautiful. I've done this one 3 times now. I've done 2 in special drills. I've done 1 smaller than this in the full drill. And I think they were round drills. And this is the first one I've done bigger in the square drill. And so far it's looking reasonable. I know, can't believe we booked it. I booked it. Hey, we're lucky. They're nearly fully booked for the year. We just squeezed in for that 10 days nicely. And we got the last hard standing for caravan. Otherwise, we'd have had to be on grass again, and we didn't really want to do that this time. Because, I don't know, because it makes it 13. Am I on 13s? Why? Yeah. Yeah, it drags, we're dragging all leaves and mud and everything into caravan, or even into just awning. If you take your shoes off outside in awning, you've still got it all over. So, and plus we're hoping that if we can be out a bit more in the open, we might be able to get television to work on everything or something else other than just the Welsh channel. That's all we could get on. And Harry doesn't know Welsh very well. I know he should have done Welsh at school, but he didn't, so he's got to live with it. Hi, Mayhem, how you doing? Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us. So, has anybody else got the holidays booked? Where's everybody else going? I know Janie has. Jane's off to Australia. Woo, 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 woo. I know, Jane. Oh, wow. Oh, you've got your owl on the wall, have you? She's lovely, isn't she? I had to get that one for you, Jane, because it's delicious. It was just screaming. I need Jane. I need Jane. So I thought better get it then if you need Jane. Oh dear. Right, what we're going with now? Let's see. Number 26. So I am just plodding this one. I'm not breaking my neck to get it finished because I know I'll get it finished before next weekend, I think. Because for the DP-a-thon next weekend, I want to be doing me Alice. I'm doing me Alice in Wonderland for that. So if this gets finished too close to the weekend, I'll just do I've got a couple of specials somewhere knocking around. I will do a special in between because they only take an evening, and I'm sure I'll be able to find something to slot in between. I don't really want to start a new big one off and then leave off it. I can't do that. I can't leave off them and go back to them. Not start something new. I can do that if it's just a special and I know it's only going to take me an evening or whatever. Then I'll do that. But otherwise, I like to get them started and finished. I can't be doing with more than one work in progress, otherwise I get muddled up. But it's for my own, sanity, because I could drive myself insane. Oh God, which one with this one? What one with that one? Where do these belong? That's me all over. I don't know how I've managed to book. I do not know how I've managed to book our holiday tonight, let me tell you. I didn't get my postcode right. I didn't get my telephone number right. And I was leaving a message at this. And then when he rang me back, I said, oh, cracky, you managed to decipher me colour. Eesh, good grief. I'm not kidding. I'm not safe to be let out. Really, I'm not. I think, Jane, you're going to have me on a short lead when I come down. Oh, dear. I don't know. I can't see any more of them. I bet you if I put them away, I find some more. I bet you I do. Okay, so you're hiding. Okay, let's see. Bet you find one when I put these away. All right. So, I'll do me number 4s. Got lots of hearts. I'll do those. This is number 4. It's the 3 10s, right? Black 3 10s. I'm looking them on my tray under a good light, and they're very, 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 very dark green. But the number is 310, so they're not actually black, but they're supposed to be. So I don't know how they work that one out. Must be how they make the black, but using a dark green. But these are very dark green. And it says on here, number 4, heart, 310. So, and I definitely put the right ones in. Oh, I might have to get a new piece of wax out because my wax is acting difficult. I'm going to poke this out of here for starters. I'm going to try anyway. Has that come out? That's some of it. Yep. That's it. Got it out. And there's still some in there. I wonder what that were then. Because that's a nice pink wax. That's it. We'll get it all out. So, which way again? We will. That's better. I think sometimes, you know, if you don't clean your old wax out, your new wax won't stick to it. I think it dries up in end. Oh, look at that, straight away it picked it up, no messing. That's all it wanted. We had a coughing fit last night and couldn't get. Went to sit at the end of the bed and fell out, hit my head. And there's like a bruised on that. Oh, Janie, I hope you're all right. You're good doing out daft like that. I mean, I fell out of bed and I know it hurts. So, you know, it's not to be recommended at all. Well, I hope you're feeling better soon. You can't be poorly because we're coming. I'm coming down to sort you out. That's what I'm doing. But, oh. We'll get you sorted when we get down there. You know what it is, Jane? It's all this shopping you're doing without me with you. That's what it is. It's because you've not got me to prop you up. We don't prop each other up, don't we? What is wrong with me? That's it. What fell? Still pushes a little bit out, doesn't it, when you push these on? Yeesh. I don't know whether it's because we're getting this strange weather system that we're getting, because, I mean, over Easter, it wasn't just warm, it was hot. You know, and I mean, that's just not normal for Easter. Although I know it has happened before, because funnily enough, the year that Claire was born, which is, she will be 43, I think, next month. And the year she was born in May. In the April, it was red hot. And I was huge when I had her, absolutely huge. And and it was so hard because I'd put an awful lot of weight on. I think I put nearly 4 stone. In fact, I think I put over 4 stone on when I were having Claire. And it was all, I was carrying it was all water. And I was literally sat sunbathing in garden. I could hardly walk anywhere. I couldn't walk anywhere. So I just sat and sunbathed in garden. And then she was born 22nd of May, which was not very long after that, after my sunbathing. And the day she was born, there was a thick freezing fog out for about 3 days. And then it snowed in June. So it was just really bizarre weather when Claire was born. In fact, would you have it were 6th of the 6th of the 6th, but it could have been, she was a little devil. I think she's got a demon in her anyway. Don't tell her I said that. I bumped into her today. Well, we bumped into her today shopping. We popped to Tesco's, and we don't go to Tesco's very often. And I thought to myself, oh, wouldn't it be funny if Claire were there when we were there and blow me to bump into her? And I didn't see her. She was stood right in front of me and I didn't see her. Hi, Sarah. Nice you could come. Welcome. My daughter stood there in front of me, full life size, didn't see her. And Harry thought, you know, I think he's thinking of having me committed. Claire was absolutely not kidding. She was laughing her head off at me. I said, "Oh, what are you doing?" I was just thinking you might be here. We might see you. I just found that so strange. Because she shouldn't be pushing a big heavy trolley around at the minute. But she doesn't do as she's told either. Why do we? When do we? Whenever do we do as we're told as women? We just carry on regardless. No time to sit and worry about things. You just get up and carry on. We do. So, I've been trying to think of things to chat about tonight. And I was at my daughter's on Friday. And, of course, the boys were still off school. It's strange because Claire only lives sort of more or less, next village next village from us. And I think she's about 5 miles away at the very most. And their schools have different holidays to schools here because they come under Rotherham Council, although they're a workshop village, and they come under Nottinghamshire, but Rotherham Council. But here, we're under Nottinghamshire Council. It's so strange how they do it. I don't know how they divide these places up. I mean, when we lived just above where Claire lives now in Dinnington, we had a workshop phone number, a Sheffield postcode, and we're under Rotherham Council. Yeesh. So we were a real mixed bag there. I don't know how these councils work things out. Hey dear. They do waste money though. I mean, it's like years ago when after my dad had passed away, my mum were on her own, and she applied for. They told her she got to apply for pension credit. So she didn't think she was entitled to it. And to be honest, neither did I. I didn't think she was. But anyway, she filled the forms in. I filled the forms in for her and told the absolute truth on everything. And they said that she was entitled to this pension credit. So I says to my mum, "Oh, nice one then, Mum. A few more pounds to your pocket." And it took them 22 or 24 weeks to sort it all out for her. And they said they would back pay her 20 or wherever weeks it were. And oh, they did. Yeah, they did all right. They sent her 21 envelopes, each one with a gyro check in. "Hi, Laura, darling. How are you?" 22 bloody envelopes, all post-paid to the same person. Normally, they would pay you out in a cheque. But because it worked on a gyro system, or they were working on a gyro system at the time, they sent 22 individual. I nearly wrote to Calendar News about it because it was that ridiculous. You know, and they're complaining that they haven't got money for this council. They haven't got money for that. And then they do a stupid trick like that. I couldn't believe it, me. And I think they've done something like that on me as well. So I wondered what that were. It's right, it's just twiddling about with television, and it made a noise that I weren't expecting. Bless him, he can't watch it in peace for now. I'm on here. I don't know why my other camera don't work though. Well, I know why it won't work now, because I can't, it won't let me reinstall it. It just suddenly stopped working, so I thought, I tried this, that and other with it, but I've done it past and it's been fine. But anyway, this time it weren't wearing that. So I thought, well, what I will do then, I will uninstall it and reinstall it, which again, it's something I've done before a couple of times, and it worked. But this time, I've uninstalled it, reinstalled it, and it says it's installing settings and setups. And it has done exactly that, but it's not letting me set up. It's installing the setup sequence, but it's not letting me use it. So I don't know how to proceed with that one, whether to bin it and get another one, or whether to persevere. But I have fiddled and fiddled and fiddled with it until to the point where I'm like nearly tearing my hair out, thinking, well, it shouldn't be doing this now. It should be all right, but it's not. So I don't know. Don't know what to do with that. And I have got normally lots of patience. Oh, bye, Becky. Thanks for joining us. Been lovely to see you. You have a great week too. You sort of, I don't know what to do about it, because normally, as I say, I'm a really patient person, but you know, you get to a point where that patience just unfortunately runs out. And in fact, I'm one of the most patient people I know, to be honest. I must be for stuff I've had to put up with over years. But don't they look weird? They're not level, and yet they should be. They are now. Yeah, so at the moment I'm confined to this camera in here, or what I could do if I'm doing short videos is use my video camcorder. But that's a lot of fiddling, because you've got to download this and upload it and then wipe it off you. It's just so fiddly. I hate fiddly things. You know, I buy things that normally are labour saving, shall we say. But of late, I've been having issues with my labour saving. I don't know. Yeah, as I say, we're chatting. Oh, and my grandson, bless him, he's got a girlfriend. Oh, aren't I naughty? I were ribbing him on Friday. I said, have we got a picture of this young woman? I want to see. I need to approve her. And his little face, bless him. And so he got a photo. He brought a photograph. Showed me on his phone. This photograph. Oh, she's absolutely beautiful. Oh, she's lovely. I said, "Ooh, look at her. She's nice." He says, "She is, isn't she?" And then today, Claire was saying she got to dash back home now. She just popped in Tesco. She got to dash back home now because Adam's just rung her from school to say, "Mum, can you take me through to Caitlin's tonight?" And I thought, oh, I'm glad she's getting it. I was forever having to taxi her about when she was younger. So she's getting payback now. Oh dear. I thought, yeah, you'll get to find out what that's all about now, Claire. Oh, I don't know. And then when other one starts courting, she'll have it to do all over more. doubled. But she says, she said today, she says, I were hoping that he'd be driving before we started recording. And I says, well, it don't work like that. It doesn't. Bless them. But they're no trouble. They're good boys, you know, they don't ever bring her any problems. So, and she don't mind. I think, you know, quietly, in a way, she's quietly, you know, enjoying it. Being mum's taxi. It's still new to her. Still a bit new to her. But, yeah, she's getting to find out what it's like being a mum taxi. Methinks is 15. I'm sure it's 15. He's just getting sitting for his mock exams. Hi Debbie, welcome. Hi Rosette, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 15. It's either 14 or 15. Do you know, I don't know now. I'm terrible. I am terrible. If I weren't so damned old, I think I'll have forgot my own age. I've just put all them hearts away and there's a big pile of them there, look. I don't know. I miss them. I just miss them. And that's times many I've done that. Thinking I've done them all. When I haven't. But yeah, we've got Tom. Tom's 13. Adam's 15. Adam... oh, in actual fact, I just realised we're going to be on holiday for when Tom's birthday, so I'll have to get his card and get his mum well in advance. But both boys are into this go-karting. And we're not talking, you know, little go-kart, we're talking men go-karts. And they were in Wales, Jane, actually, last weekend. I didn't know, she told me. Just for some racing. And it's, these are national teams now that they're getting into. So, and in fact, I know somebody were talking, I think it was you, Caroline, last night, were talking about problems with Millie's legs. And Tom's been having some really major issues with his legs. She's had him to doctors because it was starting to worry her a little bit. First she thought, oh, it's just growing pains, you know. But he was seemed to be getting worse and worse. And in more and more pain. So she ended up, took him to the doctors. And I don't know what what he actually did when they went, but what he did say was Tom was playing soccer and also was playing rugby. But he was playing soccer for a team. And the doctor said he must stop playing soccer now. Don't let him play anymore. And we'll see how it goes. But it's to do with it's a growth spurt. You know, he's gone up he's like a beanpole, Tom. He's so slim, with no weight about him at all. But he's just growing and growing taller and taller. I mean, he's way above me, and that don't take a lot of doing because I'm only 5 foot and a bit. But yeah, you know, I mean, he's only 13, and he's been as tall as me since he was about 12. Something like that. And yeah, he's had a lot of issues with his legs. He's still having problems, but they're not as bad since he stopped playing football or soccer in America terms. And he stopped playing rugby anyway, because when they first, both of them were playing rugby, when they first started, very young, I might add, it was non-contact rugby because they were small boys. But then as they got a little bit older and a little bit older, they got brought into the contact, full contact rugby. And Tom wasn't keen on that because he was always hurting, and it wasn't, you know, it's not Tom being, no, Marty, you've hurt me sort of thing. It was to do more with his growing than the fact that, you know, were getting hurt when they were getting tackled and that sort of thing. So that he stopped rugby then, and so did Adam. But Adam really got into the, well, they were quad biking first. They were into quad bike. They went racing, quad bike racing. And apparently at Mablethorpe, during the winter months, they do men as well, race quads and that on beach at Mablethorpe. And they used to go up there for weekend regularly. Either every weekend or every other weekend, something like that. And Glenn were doing it as well. And Glenn had quite a serious accident. He ended up in Louth Hospital. And Glenn was born with problems with his legs. He got no Achilles tendon, whatever it's called. Anyway, and he's from birth he's had problems with his feet. So of course when this happened, Claire wasn't very pleased, obviously. His mum were furious because of the problems that he's had in his youth with his feet. But, you know, they do what they do. Boys will be boys and men will be men, I suppose. Anyway, he had surgery and then they allowed him to come back to Worksop Hospital. So that Claire didn't, because it were, I mean, for her to come from, you know, Worksop through to Louth, it's an hour and a half run each way from here. So, you know, he said that once they'd seen the specialist on his morning round, he'd see what he said, and he said, as long as you do go straight to Worksop, you know, they contacted Worksop Asset Law Hospital and got all the necessary arrangements made, and then they transferred him. But she was stuck because she got the big van with the go-karts and everything in. They couldn't just leave that because they were expensive, not go-karts, quad bikes, sorry, with them in, and they couldn't just leave it. So they got, you know, there's a big community, like we are with this diamond painting and crafting. There's a big community of these racers and what have you. And one of their good friends said he would drive the van bike, and he would put caravan on back on the van, you know, hitched up. So Claire had only got to drive the car back. Otherwise she'd been stuck there with two vehicles. And then this friend, his wife, drove their vehicle back because she was used to towing and things like that. And I thought, well, yeah, you know, you're not really thinking it out, are you? Not thinking through these problems. She says it's what they love to do. Because, I mean, it terrifies me when I'm watching racing. I watch them on video racing, and I think, oh my God, I'd be having babies every 2 minutes, worrying sick about them. And she says, well, it's what they love to do. And, you know, if it's what they enjoy. So I said, well, yeah, I suppose. it still won't make me feel, it still don't make me feel any easier about it, you know. But, I'm an old lady now, I don't, you know, see beyond. I see the danger more than I think they do. But I thought after Glenn's accident it might have slowed them down a bit, steadied them up, but no. No, that didn't do any good. Didn't make any difference. I just, oh, there it is. I'm just seeing where that one should be going. So, yeah, these sports that they have these days, it involves a lot of money, especially these go-karting, because they have the proper, I mean, a flipping helmet, a crash helmet. They both had a helmet for Christmas. And it was 200 for the helmet. I couldn't believe this, just for a flipping crash helmet. £200 plus for a crash helmet, and £200 more to get it painted with his colours and his name. Wow. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, so I don't know. I just don't know. But I mean, as like Claire said, the boys do understand that they're old enough to realise that they live a very privileged life because they get all these things paid for them and bought for them. And there's not many other kids in school that do. What's that one? Oh. The main family. Does anybody know what this main family is? Thanks, Tracy. I didn't know what that were. No idea. No, I haven't. Troll, probably, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Troll, 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 troll. She's hot on that button, Caroline. Take it from me, I know. She beat me to it every time, no. So, and we were chatting. I'll tell you, I went on Friday to visit, and I was telling her about, you know, what we do on here, on a, you know, on a live chat. She said, "What do you do then? You just all do the same thing?" And I said, "Well, we do, but we chat along while we're at it." And I said, I was telling them all about. I told her like we're telling you all about his Kenyan holiday, and of course she burst out laughing. I just spotted one of them there, and I dropped one, so go in there. And she told me, she mentioned a couple of other things, and I thought, oh, I'll talk about that. Yeah, right, I forgot what it were. I can't remember. I am dreadful. Yeah, that's true. They shouldn't know. I mean, they come onto ordinary, you know, my ordinary videos and ask for subs, and I just have a quick glance at their page, you know, and come off, ignore them. Vroom, vroom from the back. What's up? Mm-hmm. See, I don't know what time zone you were in, but yeah, it's midday here. The bored people with no lives might be on the internet. Yeah, very true. Well, they've got a thing they can go to. Yeah, they don't bother us anyway. Night, night, darling. Night, night, Jane. Have a good night, and we'll chat again soon. Oh, vroom, vroom from the back. Where are you from? Never mind, where are we from? And what are you doing? Who are you? I don't know. So there's all sorts of things that's gone off in holidays and that I should be able to tell you about. I can't remember. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I don't know. And I keep saying, I'll write these things down. I'll write them down. I've got a pad at the side of me. I've not wrote anything on it. Hi, Marissa. Welcome. If you don't tell us vroom vroom from the back who you are, you will get blocked. I'm fine, thank you, Marissa. My hand's a lot better today. It's not 100% gone, but it's not far off now. It's so yeah, I'm a lot better than I were. Do you get your Caroline? Did you get your migraines sorted eventually? And Tracy was another one with a migraine. Don't like migraines at all. Not at all. I thought it would be one of them. Yeah. I thought it might be a troll. I don't know. They've got no better to do, really, have they? Let's face it, you've got to feel sorry for them. You know, what poor lives they've got. Yeesh. Hmm. Oh, I know what I've got to do. What I've got to do, and I haven't done, I forgot, is if you remember, I did a draw for the spare clock that I've got. And Nicole, sorry, I can't pronounce her surname, she won it. And then we'll only have to get Laura to take her earrings out, as simple as that. Yeah, I did this draw, and Tracy, Nicole won, and she said redraw it. So I will do that, but I haven't got the things nearby to do it with. I have actually saved them all, and I don't know where I put them. They're in a container somewhere not far away. So I will find them, and I will redraw it for the clock. Hi, Karina. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Working and lurking, yay. I'm not doing much working at the minute, so I'm fagging. I'm having a samoka. What was that? Didn't I see something there about the B word? You still got a headache? Wow. Yeah, I think a lot of this not allowing you to punish children when they're young is ridiculous. Smack around backside never hurt anybody. I got them. Not often, I know, but I did. And I don't feel as if I was abused. And there's so much going on now that's getting ridiculous. With this new law now about girls, rape victims have now got to hand over the phones so that the police can look through all the messages to see if it was, you know, if it was rape or whether they were encouraged. And if they don't hand the phones over for police to look through all the private messages, then the case is dropped. They don't prosecute. So what that's all about, I really don't know. It's getting beyond. I mean, to be honest, I do feel for some people because, yeah, I agree with you, Marissa. But on the other thought, if you think sometimes, and I know it's not very often, but sometimes girls accuse people or boys of rape when it's not true. And if they can't, and they have been prosecuted, and they used to say it's up to the defence to save them. Well, really, no, it's up to the prosecutors to prove you know, it's swings and roundabouts, really, isn't it? But I think it's awful. But you know, these days, it's just crazy. I saw a thing on Facebook. Now, my daughter Claire always says to me, "Oh, Mum, don't believe everything you see on Facebook." Right. But I saw a little girl, a 5-year-old little girl, who was black and blue, beaten to a pulp, bless her. And she'd been raped by 20 men. Did she die, Harry? Oh. That little girl that were raped by them 20 men yesterday on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was dead. But they got DNA from 20 men on her, from her body. It's absolutely. It was on Facebook yesterday. We saw it where they said that. Yeah, that's right. She was obviously she'd been killed. Little white girl, Muslims that done it. Sorry, you know, I mean, I'm not being racist. I'm just stating facts. I know, poor child. I mean, such a pretty little thing. If you could see beyond the swollen black eyes and bruises. But now I think some of the European countries are kicking up about the Muslims, and they're making them leave, not just the ones that causing trouble, but the whole families. They wanted them out of France, and where else were it, Harry?
Everywhere.
Well, more or less all Europe. They wanted them out. I mean, there isn't any in Poland because Poland won't have them in to start with. But and I mean, I will say there's good and bad in all races. That is a fact. But we never had the number of knife-ins and murder. I mean, I don't know about in America where they said that they should have this gun law so nobody can have guns. I think that's wrong, because if they've not got guns to shoot somebody, they can, if they want a gun, they'll get one whether they're allowed or not, for starters. If they intend to do something, they'll find a way, no matter what. And I mean, here we don't have guns. We don't, you know, it's not a thing that normal households have unless they're licensed to have a gun for shooting, hunting, whatever. So what do? They get a knife, or they get something else. They'll break a beer bottle and cut somebody's wrist or throat with that. You know, it's so to say that they should ban guns in America and all that is a load of rubbish in my eyes. I mean, we don't have them here, but I think America's got higher crime rate than we have, basically because there's a lot more people and it's a bigger country. I'll grant you that. So therefore, people do need to be able to protect themselves. So, I mean, I don't particularly like going too in depth into politics or anything like that, but you've got to see a right and a wrong somewhere. And we've got stupid Jeremy Corbyn in this country. He's wanting to bring this young woman, this Muslim woman, back. She's just been denied a British citizenship. They took it away from her because she went to ISIS she went over to join ISIS. She married one of their fighters. She's had 3 babies, all which died. And then she came back wanting to come back to this country. And they were a bit of a win and orange, shall we, shan't we? But then she got the cheek to say that all the beheadings that ISIS did were right because the people that were invading their country, you're talking journalists, they're not fighting anybody, they're not killing anybody in their country. Just because they won't become Muslims, they get their head chopped off. Children as well, babies, they don't care. They just don't care. And at first, Jeremy Corbyn wanted her to get legal aid for her to fight her case. And if she's not a British citizen, why should the British Law Society pay her legal fees to fight the British citizenship court case that she's bringing? Appeal. Jeremy Corbyn went over to Calais, to where all these, and there were photographs of him. It's not hearsay, it's been on Facebook, but there were photographs that Jeremy Corbyn and Diane Abbott went over to Calais and told all the migrants that's waiting to come over, if we get in power, we will let you come. Wow. How sweet of him. You know, this is not what British want. And I mean, there are a lot of Indian people in this country that aren't Muslims. A lot of them are Roman Catholic. And there are Sikhs in this country. They're Sikh, not Muslim. And they're good people. So these Muslims are giving other people from other nations a reputation that they've not deserved. And this is why I think it's so difficult to you know, choose one from another, if you like. But I do agree, though, if you've got a Muslim in your country that's committed a serious offence towards either the people of the country or the establishment, such as your government or, you know, terrorists or whatever, churches are being attacked, then not just him, but his whole family should be sent back to where they came from. The war's actually finished now, where they were living, all these refugees we've got. So if it's such a really awful country that they've arrived at, for, you know, as refugees, go home. It's safe now. You can go home to your own homes. But you don't want to do that, do they? They don't want to do that because they don't get the same benefits over there that they get here. They get a free house, car, food, money. My God, who'd want to go back? They're just making it so that they don't want to go back when they could go back, when the war's over where they've come from. They should go home now and rebuild and be proud of their own country, not try and take over somebody else's. And they are actually saying that they have every intentions of taking over. And I don't mean just in Britain, I mean in America. You've got a couple of Muslim people in your Senate that, oh, bloody hell, I would be chomping at bit to get rid of them. I don't know. Why are we letting these people get into places of power? We've got, I don't know how many mayors, city mayors in this country that are Muslims. I mean, London Mayor alone, and he's anti-establishment. He's a mayor, for God's sake, and he's, oh, you know, how can you fight that? How can you fight it? You can't. And it's frightening. I don't fear for myself. I've had my, don't get me wrong, I'm not being morbid, but I have had my life. I've had a pretty good life, one way or another. But I worry about my grandsons and what their future lives are going to be like if this carries on being allowed to happen. I don't know. It just seems so wrong. Anyway, let's get some diamond painting done. But I mean, does anybody else feel, you know, that we're being, or do you not think that we're being harmed in that way? Hi, Pinky Stickers. Well, you're very welcome, Pinky Stickers. Yeah, I just wonder if how many other people feel that we've been railroaded. You know, our choices are being taken away from us. We're not being listened to. First time we say anything about, you know, what's happening, we're racist, and we're not racist. But now they did, I don't recall ever there being a referendum asking the British people if they want to be a multiracial country. I don't mind that we've got others here. I mean, my mum and I went to Greece on holiday for a fortnight, and we met two young Indian girls. And I am sorry that I can't remember the names, but you know, they were two nicer girls you would never meet. They were beautiful girls, lovely girls, friendly, got their own religion, of course, and not that it ever came up, but they were, I would call it, they were God-fearing people. They knew how to enjoy themselves without being over the top. They were polite. They were lovely girls. We made really good friends. In fact, for a while Mum and I were exchanging letters with them. And unfortunately, it just faded out. But I'll always remember those two young girls as, you know, as I remember them, really, really lovely girls. Nice nature. In fact, they bought Mum and I a gift. When they were going home, they'd already been there a week when we arrived. And they were leaving, and we were there for another week. And they bought Mum and I gifts, and We got Mum a crucifix, and I got something similar. They were keychains, but they were really nice. And I know for a fact somewhere I think in a jewellery box somewhere, I still got mine. And I think Mum's is probably still in a jewellery box somewhere around, because I got all my mum's stuff, obviously, when she passed. But you know, I mean, I know that there are good and bad in every religion, and it's why do we fight wars over religion? That's very true, Marissa. I agree with that. You know, like I said, there's good and bad in every national, every nation. It doesn't matter what colour your skin is. It's nearly always, most of the wars that's ever been fought are wars over religion or politics. That's it. You know, it's just ridiculous. That's what it is. It's just ridiculous. And I just don't understand why it's necessary, really. If everybody would just live and let live, we could all be happy. We'd all get on with our lives and, you know, get on with your neighbours. I think the only bad neighbours I ever had, that I can actually say I've ever had bad neighbours, was when I was living with my second husband. And he was an ex-policeman, the guy next door. I think he'd forgotten he'd retired. And he just accused my kids of all sorts of ridiculous things. I don't know. Sheesh. And he were English, of course. So I know definitely that there are, you know, good and bad in every society. And I can't say I'm an atheist, but well, I'm an agnostic, aren't I? Because I don't know. I can't say there's no God. I don't know. But neither can I say that I do believe in God, because I don't know. So it's but then again, I don't disrespect other people. Yeah, I think I mean I respect other people's beliefs. You know, we choose to believe what we choose to believe, and you know, and it's live and let live. It's as simple as that. There's just no need for all this upheaval. That there's only one religion that's creating the upheaval that I can see. If I'm wrong, please tell me. I don't know. It's just how I see it. It's, you know, and I'm quite happy to listen to anybody. You know, I have literally stood. I'm in Jehovah's Witnesses. They have their beliefs, and I don't slam the door in the face. Harry would, but I've been known to stand on the door for 2 hours arguing toss with Jehovah's Witnesses when they've come round because of things that they believe that I don't believe, and just asking questions. Why would this and why is that? And whatever. And they'll never convince me. And it's because I do believe in, you know, modern technology, shall I say. That's the best way of putting that one. So we all have our own little beliefs and things, don't we? Live by our own whatever's. 23 is a T. Oh, that rhymed. 23 is a T. What religion do I have in that? I don't any. I mean, I'm not. The only religion that I see, I mean, I could be wrong, but the only religion I see that seems to want to convert everybody else is Muslim. And this Sharia law thing that they want to bring in, and I mean, they've got their wives saying they want Sharia law. But I've seen what Sharia law is doing. I've seen videos of what Sharia law, the way they treat the women in Sharia law, and I can't imagine why the Muslim women would want to bring that here, because here they're safe from it. Well, yeah, probably so. Yeah, Marissa, this is what I say. It's the only seem to be the biggest. It's the biggest cause of war wherever you are. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yes, I agree. I totally agree. This is what I say. It's just, I don't know. It's just a really bad. And I think, to be quite honest, I think a close second is for hypocrisy is Roman Catholic Church, and I say that because besides all this child abuse with the priests and what have you, and all that, there's that about it, that my grandmother was a lovely lady, and before she actually married my grandfather, she would be his second wife. He'd already got Dennis, Bill, Brian, Mom, Doris, 5 kids. He'd already got 5 children, and she was actually going to be a bride of Christ. She was going to join the convent, and she changed her mind. She changed her mind and she married my granddad. And she was still devout. She went to church and all the rest of it. And then they were in Australia. They'd sort of gone over there to live because they have family over there, like I have family over there, like aunties. And she was in hospital dying, and they asked a priest to come and read her last rites. And he said, is she a practicing Roman Catholic? And he said, well, she was, but she hasn't been able to really for the last few years. And he said, then I won't read her last rites. And that were it. She was refused. So she was buried in a Protestant churchyard. How bad is that? And yet the Pope's living like, on all his riches and what have you. And he likes to be seen doing the right thing because he picked And I find this laughable. But he picked 5 children from the refugees and took them back to Rome with him to give them a home. I don't know, five children and 5 families. But anyway, it weren't many. And that was his big helping hand. All the millions that in the Vatican, the church money, and he could only help 5. So, I mean, Roman Catholics have got nothing to be proud of. I don't think. I mean, I think, quite honestly, I mean, there are some shady, shall we say, of these private churches in America. I've seen, I think, but evangelical and that kind of thing. I know that might be me totally wrong, but I watched a little bit of one on YouTube. It was on a video on YouTube. And these preachers are supposedly teaching people to love God. Fine, I haven't got a problem with that. But it's always in an angry voice. Yeah, funnily enough, when we lived up in Orkney, there were next door but 2 further down, there was this lady, an elderly lady as well. She was a Buddhist. And she was a lovely lady. She really was. They lived very basic, very private. She would never want to go out, and she'd speak to you. Harry went and did her a little job. She got a bird house thing she wanted directing in a garden, and she copped Harry and she said, I wondered if you could possibly, put me this up. And of course he said yes straight away, and he went and did it to her, and she was delighted. And yeah, and she was totally unpretentious. She was lovely, absolutely lovely. So, I mean, yeah, so Buddhism, it's like you say, it's a peaceful one, quiet, there are so many. Oh, why do these preachers that have got these I don't know if they call them chapels or meeting places or what, that the preachers always preach in angry voices? Seem to do to me. I mean, as I say, I watched one a bit. It was on something else, but it was just showed you a little bit about this church, and preacher was sort of really aggravated, really getting angry, and I'm thinking, surely that's not what Jesus, the way Jesus wanted to tell people about him, and encourage you to pray to him by growling at him, and I don't know. But it's never going to change. The world will never change. Yeah, I mean, look what happened to what they call her now, Joan of Arc. I mean, she did a wonderful job, but because they found out she was a woman, they burnt her at stake just because she was a woman. Yeah, don't understand that one either. I'm sure I've just seen more queues than that. But it's just the way the world goes, isn't it? We just have to learn to live with it all. Actually, and I do agree with what you say about Buddhists. They are very peaceful. But, you know, I bet you any money. If you tell that to a Muslim, they'd behead you for that and all, because they just seem to be wanting to do that to everybody. Seems to be their top sport. It does. Where did that number have got? 25, which is the right one. I don't know. Anyway, to get on to a light note, I know last night when we were on Caroline's line, we were talking about shows that we used to watch. And one of my favorites of all times, and it was an American show, was Rowan and Martin's Laughing. Oh my God, that was so funny. I used to love that. Do you remember that? Does anybody else remember Rowan and Martin's Laughing? The Goldie Hawn were on there, and oh, grief, it was just so. I loved it. Who else is remembering Rowan and Martin's Laughing? Oh, yes, I got my bottle of wine. I have a bottle of wine for that. And I'm going to do I'm hoping I'm going to be doing me Alice DP. Looking forward to that. I've got a few DPs coming. We don't know how long they'll be because they're from China. But I just have to be patient, shan't I? I'm wishing that when I sat down to this tonight, this is me and my flaming memory. I sat down tonight to carry on with this just before I come on live, and I am looking in my things for number 11, right? No number 11s, and I thought, oh my God, what colour is 11? It's a blue, and I'm looking through all my blues and thinking, have I put them into the wrong pot? And I haven't. I forgot that number 11 is the one that they didn't supply me with. So I panicked. I thought I'm going to have to start pulling some off from somewhere. But no, I haven't. I've not. I've forgotten that they didn't send them me. So that is also what else I'm waiting for from China. I ordered some because there's those missing from here, and I didn't have enough for me little teacup cottage. I was some missing from that. I think one colour was 36. Loads and loads left of everything else. 36 missing from that. And I've got loads of drills left from other DPs that I've done. Would you believe it's the only flaming colour I haven't got any of. And I thought 36, if I just got 36, I could finish it. Because this one I need 11, I need quite a lot. Hold on, 177. I have actually had to buy about something like 3,000 or 4,000 or some silly amount just to get a few. And then Our lovely Janet said, oh, if there's a group on Facebook that you can ask about, you know, ones that got missing, and I thought we'd have known about that one before now. I do. But hey ho, I'll just wait while they come. Just can't believe I'd forgotten that. I can't believe I'd forgotten that we've got to wait for them. I don't know. My memory's shocking. Tell you, I booked me holiday and couldn't tell them my phone number. I couldn't tell them postcode. It's a wonder I could tell them my name, isn't it, really? Whoops. Right. Oh, I know I've got to get my booking on. I bought a book ages ago for keeping a note in of my diamond paintings, and I misplaced it. And since then, I think about 3 dozen diamond paintings that's not in it because I didn't know where my book were, and I've just happened upon it tonight. And I thought, oh, so does that mean I've got to go back to like Peggy Buy and eBay to find out all my diamond paintings that I've ordered? I mean, some I've got come and done and finished. But really, I mean, it's like this one. I've done this as me. Like I said, I've done 2 of this in specials, and I've done a smaller version of this one in the full drill in round. This is my big one in thing, but you know, it's like doing the same painting over and over, isn't it? I forget what I've had and what I've done. One I would like to get though, and I will be doing shortly, no doubt, is I want the old couple on a bench, because that would go nicely with the one I did last week with the couple in bed, the old couple in bed. So I want to get that one, and then I thought there were more than 2. They looked to be. I think when I was looking at them before, felt sure for some reason. I felt sure they were a set of 4. You know, that you could either buy together or separately. But I've only seen them 2 since. So, and obviously one I've done, and the other one I've to get. But otherwise, I don't know then. No, no. Anymore. Who knows, took down here. Anymore. No, I've got more now. Yes, I've got to start going through everything now to find out what I've got, what I've done, what's not come yet, what's on its way. My ever moment, I've got that here. But I'm saving that one. Don't know why. I might save that one, take with me on holiday, I think. Well, have you seen that one, Caroline? Old Couple in the Rain. I thought I've seen it. Rings a bell that I have told you. I'm sure there's four, at least four. There was the couple in bed, the couple on the bench. I'm sort of thinking I've seen that one. Oh, you've seen it on AliExpress, have you? I suppose you know which buyer. Oh, I've just ordered new replacement grills from Pinky Stickers, because I've had this one that long. I couldn't even tell you who I bought it from. Oh, have you? All right, Caroline. Well, yeah, I've tried that. I haven't tried that actually, and I did that with the Chinese dragons to get. Oh, can't wait to get that one done, but it's huge. So I want to try and get a few more of the things out of my way, then I can really crack on with that one. But it's so big. I don't know where I'm going to put that one. My God, it'll take a full wall up in my craft room, that. Oh, hang on, let me write that down. What's it called? Dayafen store. Is that AliExpress then, Marissa? Or I might go and have a look at that later. Just see what they've got anyway. Oh, just a minute. Checking all these names at me now. You can YIKEX. What? EXEN. Yeah, and that's Ali as well. All right, okay, yeah, well, I'll do that because, like I said, that's what I ended up doing with. I mean, I've been doing diamond paintings for ages, and I thought I never see any Chinese ones, so I thought I'd just punch it in. When I punched it in, they were like in your face. They're all Chinese dragon ones that are coming up now, but that's great. I will probably do more smaller ones though. That one I've got is huge. Yeah, I think, yeah, I agree with that, Pinky Stickers, because this one, there's bits and pieces, and I keep chucking bits out. I'm hoping I'm going to have enough. But I am finding that with this, although these aren't as bad as the, I did a vase of blue lilies, and that was a Huacan. Oh my God, it was a nightmare, really a nightmare. So yeah, I weren't happy at all with that one. And I've ended up, I finished it. I managed to finish it. And then I rolled it, gave it a really good roll with a wooden rolling pin. And then I literally just swamped it in Mod Podge, watered down Mod Podge luster. And it's turned out lovely actually. So I've got that to frame. I don't think I've got a frame big enough for that one yet. And I've just finished my leopard, and I've sealed that one. So that's another one I've got. Oh, that one is gorgeous, and that was a Huacan, and that was so easy. Hi, Christy. Welcome. Glad you could join us. Yeah, the leopard one I'm pleased with. Really pleased with it. Turned out beautiful. Like I said, that was a Huracan. This is Huracan that I'm doing now. Not bad. Not I'm not getting them pushing out, but I'm getting them. It's a bit gappy. I am getting them a bit gappy for some reason. But you know, I can run my fingers. Oh, that one's popped off. But they don't normally. They've been pretty good. I think any that's popped off is because I've not shoved them down properly, like that one there. But otherwise they're pretty good. And of course, the only thing that was wrong with this particular set was that my number 11s weren't here. It was missing. It was missing the 518s, and I hadn't got any spares left over from anywhere. But I don't mind who I can actually. I mean, yeah, I did have a problem with the others, or with one other. But other than that, this one's been not bad. I'm happy with it. I think once it's sealed and framed, you're looking at it from a distance without I mean, if where am I turn the light pad off from that and looking at it, you can't see any gaps in that. And I'm not going to be displaying it with the light pad behind it. Do you know what I mean? Well, this is an old one. I've had it a long time. The vase with flowers I'd had quite a long time. So I'm guessing they were old stock. The leopard was newer. I only just bought that and more or less did it a couple of weeks after I got it, and that was fine. Yeah, I think that's what you do find. I think you know, we are too critical of ourselves because what, like you say, what, you know, like so when you when you frame it, you've not got a light pad at the back of it, and you don't see those gaps. See these at the minute, but these what's missing here are the ones I haven't got, and I'm waiting for. And there's quite a few more just to come up here, because then this here at the back of here is all just I can get I can't get it off. All this at the bottom below this piece is mostly white, and I've got all those. I've just got a small section of the back of the bird to do. I started a little bit at corner last night. I was getting a little bit fed up with confetti, to be honest. So I decided I'd just do a little bit of this white and get some of that done, and then covered it over again. Because but I keep these, I like this stuff. I like this opaque, and I save them, and then when I've got one that's got the clear on, I put these on now. Over, I think it's much easier. Once I start working on them, I do. I don't until I start working on it, and then I do, and then I put this opaque on because I like it. And I mean, I fold it and clip it back in. It don't get in the way, and it stays on better, because if you catch that cellophane stuff on wrong side on your sticky part, it's a job enough to get it off. Yeah. But as I say, I'm sort of still friends with Huracan at the moment. But if I ever get another one like that one, that vase of flowers, I think I would sack them then altogether. But I've got my Evermoma one to do. But I just love that Alice. It's a lovely painting. It's a dark one, actually. In fact, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to see it, because when I had a look at the drill, at the drill thing on bottom, they're very tiny. And as I say, it's a very dark one. But I have seen another Alice that I liked as well, and it's where she sat with the back up to a tree, and it says Alice in Wonderland on it. So I think it's before she goes down rabbit hole, or whatever. So I might contemplate that one. But I don't know where I'm putting half of mine. I'm going to have to sell some because I've got so many. But I've got them stored flat, so. But you know, once you start framing them, you don't know. We'd know where to put them. So I don't know about that. That's going to be a problem, isn't it? Unless I get so many framed. I mean, I've just sent Jane hers. I've got one for Julie. And I've got a couple for Anne, but Anne's coming up next month, Anne Littler. She's coming up next month, so I'm going to let her take hers down there and do her own. I've done the actual drilling. She just got to frame it. But then I've got 2 great big folders full of finished ones. I've got an A2 folio and an A3, huge A3 plastic folder that I've got drills in. Drills, I've got finished ones in, I should say. But I just love doing them. I can't stop. But I am doing other bits in between now because I've been letting me other crafts suffer, and that's naughty. I shouldn't do that. I wonder what with that one. Then it's just a bit wide. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't let me other ones suffer, should I? I can't wait for my others to come to see what I've ordered. I don't know. I can never remember. Never remember what I've ordered till it gets here. Thing is, it's always a nice surprise, isn't it, when it gets here? I can't remember. I don't know. I don't hope you can't hear Harry snoring in the background there. Oh dear. Sounds like I've got an hungry bear. Snoring away. Oh, a daisy. It's like playing tiddlywinks sometimes with these things. They pop up at things. I don't know. They are odd. Yeah, I wonder how next week's going to go. If we get plenty of response, though. It was great last time we did a DP-a-thon, weren't it? I enjoyed it. I only did an hour as well, and I'd have done more if I'd thought. I didn't realise. And I'd have volunteered for longer. But I shall have to write down my thoughts and things that I was going to, because I've got some right good things to talk about, and I forgot what they are. I'm terrible for memory. I mentioned it to doctors, they didn't think it was anything serious. Just old age. Old age, me. Oh, did you? I've dropped them on the floor. I dropped a tray full on the floor. Thank God they were all the same colour. Yeesh. But my carpet's dark. But the good thing was it was daylight, and when sun shines in through my front window, I can see them glinting on carpet. I might not be able to see them with naked eye, but I can see them sparkling on carpet when sun's on them. So, but when I get on my hands and knees to pick them up, I have Rosie coming around helping me, licking my face and my nose and all sorts, and she's got them down on the floor, shoveling them up. I don't know. And I'm getting to be right butterfingers. You know, when I'm kitchen up, pouring them out of little paper bag and into me pots, and then drop it, or drop pot or drop bag or both, or miss completely. Eee, goodness, so annoying. I get ever so cross. But I don't know. I see him, and then when I come back from getting them off, getting one on my thing, I forget where I saw it. I don't know. See, tell you, they know. I just lose where I'm at. I do. So, right, oh, there's two up there. Okay, okay. Right, ladies, I think for tonight I'm going to call that a day. My hand is starting to ache a little bit. It's not bad, but it's starting to ache a little bit. So I think I'm going to leave it at that for tonight and sign off. I'll see you, or probably see some of you at Laura Bidwin one, hopefully tonight, if she's feeling up to it. If not, I'll see you at Caroline's next week, or I might pop in on your lives in the week. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll speak to you all again soon. So bye, focus. Bye bye. Thanks for coming.